This is day 1 of the 5 Perfect Week Challenge. I'm with Teo, and we're gonna start on the mile.
What's up, everybody? John Sanders here with Limitless. Thank you for joining me today. We have all this stuff right here coming up. I'm redoing these books, so I do need to figure out how to give some away. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring these to Taiwan. There's still an extra year left in here because I was like, okay, I can fit 6 years into this as I made it, but I made it 6 years ago now. All right, and the last year that is on here is the upcoming 2025 to 2026 season. But now I'm gonna do it once every year. I was thinking you could use these for multiple years, things like that, but I think I've come far enough in my programming skills where I can figure out how to do it every single year and redo it every single year, especially since I'm going to be adding images of you guys to the books now. So now it won't just be these fake people, these fake drawn people on here. It'll be like you and your friends. All right, but everything else will still be in there, from our quote of the day, our drills, our stories of the day, our challenges. I'm redoing the challenges as well, so that they are exactly what you need for your age level. If you're here, check it in the comment section so that I know that you're here. I see Jace, what up? I see Mello. All right, let's start off right away with our clinic today. I am back to Jersey John. All right, if you ever knew me before, I wear jerseys like every single day, not in my real life, but in my basketball life. It's because when I was growing up, I couldn't afford jerseys. And then I got my first jersey, my Penny Hardaway jersey. No, I'm sorry. My first one was Deion Sanders jersey, I believe, yeah. And then I got that one for Halloween one year because I really wanted a jersey. So I was like, I don't even care to dress up for Halloween, but I was like, I want to be Deion Sanders. And my mom was like, okay. And then she got me a Deion Sanders jersey. And then I had a Penny Hardaway jersey gifted to me by a school that I left in California, this private school. And then that was my second jersey. But as I grew up, I was like, I want jerseys. So when I got old enough to buy jerseys, I got a whole bunch, and I just kept buying. And then people started noticing that I like to wear them, so they bought it for me. And then I wore it for every single practice all the time in California for my first 7 years doing this program. All right, and I think maybe more than that, because I also wore the jerseys when I was here in Colorado. So yeah, I think I've been wearing these jerseys for such a long time, but over the last 2 years, I haven't worn them because because we haven't had a reason for me to wear them. I haven't needed to be Jersey John again. So now I'm back let's have some fun and let's get this started. But I'm wearing this jersey today because it is a Magic Johnson jersey. So we're doing the ball handling clinic. If you're on our website, you get to click on. I'll go back to the beginning. You get to see all these beginning links right here. Member events. All right, that's how you get to the clinics. All right, you scroll down and you see our list of events. It gives you our daily events with the skill workouts, things like that, but also gives you our weekly events. And below that, it gives you our yearly events, things that we add per month. But right here under skill clinics, normally we will just do this once a month. But now we're going to be doing it once a day all summer long just to get back into the grind. Just because I haven't shown you guys these things. And what are the skill clinic things? If I click on it, what are the skill clinic things? The basically things, it's what you guys want me to teach you. Swear to God. All right, this is what everyone's like, why don't you teach it? Exactly. What we do for the most part is we get up reps. What we do for the most part is we try not to slow down the best players. Because they've already heard this stuff that I'm about to say, and they remembered it the first time, and they're that good. So usually throughout the year, we're like, just keep going, go again, do it again, because you need so many reps. And the kids, but what about the kids that don't understand this stuff the first time that they hear it? What about the kids who have never heard it because they only joined 2 months ago? What about those kids? Well, here's what these things are for. These are the clinics. You get this in-depth explanation of how to dribble, how to pass, how to shoot, how to play defense, how to do inside score, how to do a shot, precisely. But if I corrected you guys every freaking day on your shot and was like, okay, slow down, let me fix this, let me fix the finger, let me fix this, let me fix this, and then like that, you would only get up 5 shots a day, and then you'd be like, I suck. Why do I suck? I'd be like, because we don't practice. It was me talking to you when a better player would have understood that the first time. So yes, for those of you guys that need us for the first time or for the 10th time, this is for you. All right, that's why we do these clinics. So pay attention if you're there. If you're talking to your neighbor, you are wasting your time, and you will sorely regret it. But this summer we'll do each of them at least 5 times. So you will never get this many clinics ever again. In the history of our program, you'll never have this many clinics back to back like this. So show up as often as you can. And let's see if you got this. So for the first one, for ball handling, it's use your vision to keep by keeping your head up and by staying square towards your teammates. This sounds odd because you like to face the direction that you're going. You can't. You got to look toward them the entire time, no matter which direction that you're going, basically. But the drill that we're going to do for this, and I'm going to talk about the drills mostly, because I've talked about this stuff last week. But you can go to our site and just read through the stuff. Try to memorize it because that will give you a chance to win the 2 prizes that we're giving out today. All right, ladder to sidestep series out to the wing. We actually have that as one of our videos, so you can see that online where you dribble forward with the Icky Shuffle, then you go sidestep, so you can see the basket to either shoot a shot, layup, or crossover for the jumper. All right, the next drill that we have on the position the ball one is under the chair dribbles. Okay. Under the chair dribbles, it lowers the ball so that people can't steal the ball from you. Because if they get down too low, you get to go around them so easily. So we're not going to allow them to steal the ball by putting it down low. But if they do go down there to go get it, we zoom by them. So you have to learn how to dribble low, and it's just with this part of your hand, not your entire arm dribbling, and it's very, very low. So we make you dribble underneath the chair for that one. All right. As for the rest, we got aim small, miss small. That one we're doing wall passes and epic drill. All right, this is very finite, learning, very intricate, it being exactly detailed with your passes, you're aiming as small as you possibly can. And the epic drill is a very hard layup drill that will rotate people in and out doing that one. All right, acceleration is the chair dribble pound explosions. All right, I've renamed some of these drills, but it's the one where we go pound to step out far and fast. And when you're taking your first step, this is huge. Use your outside hand when dribbling or passing to keep the ball away from the defense. Press, break, escape. Passes with D. This is where we dribble forward, retreat, dribble, twist, and then make a pass with our inside hand with the defense on us now. All right. Find passing and driving angles quickly and often. Lots of cones. We're going to be dribbling with the cones out there and doing rotation shots. So we're going to be getting up shots during that drill. All right. Dribble low and strong to maximize your strength and control. We do partner passes for that with twist. All right, it's a whole bunch of partner passes. Again, we have an hour and a half of just this. We're not doing our conditioning stuff. So get ready for a lot of intensive stuff. All right, predict and escape pressure by passing or with explosive dribbles. 1-on-2 escape, which is a very fun drill. It's a very challenging thing. All right, and then change your speed, hands, and directions while dribbling to beat the defense. All right, triple cross repeat and dribble tag. All right, triple cross repeat, and we'll do some dribble tag. So this is going to be a fun, it's like a camp-like thing. All right, and then last one is practice all the time. Jeez, yeah, you should always practice all the time. But this is our dribbling dojo with 20 drills that you guys can do on your own. Got it? Those are the things that we're doing. Let's go to our quote of the day. Know thyself. This is what we call ourselves back in the day when we used to be so haughty and smart. All right, but know thyself. If you ever seen the movie The Matrix, this is that quote. Know thyself. Nathi Sutin, or Gnathi. It starts with a G somehow. Nathi Sutin. All right, it's from the Greek oracles of Apollo and all this stuff. But basically, when people would go to this oracle to tell them the future, or the oracle in the movie The Matrix, they saw a sign that said, know thyself. And people were like, well, is that sign to say know thyself before you come in to know your future? Or your future doesn't matter if you know yourself? I think it's a little bit of both. All right? If you know who you are, know exactly who you are, your capabilities, your incapabilities, all right? The stuff that you can and can't do, you're more likely to choose a correct path for yourself, but also you're more likely to get to the path that you want to get to. So if you're a future NBA star like you guys all think that you are, you can't just say, I got this, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. No, you have to say, okay, I suck at time management. I got to get better at that. You got to say something bad about yourself and fix it to make yourself go. So yes, know yourself, but also your positives. All right, lean towards your positives. So if you got a great shot, you make sure that you're in position to shoot that shot. All right. So if you can get rebounds, you don't slack off from that. You show the coach that you can do that. So you have to know yourself. It's a very, very crucial element. All right. And then as you grow, you guys will change a lot. Know yourself over and over and over and over again. Relearn yourself. Look at yourself. Be introspective. All right. That means look inside. Look to see what are you doing. Was I like this on the bench? Was I like this? Am I good under pressure or am I bad under pressure? Am I nice to my teammates? Am I mean to my teammates? You have to know who you are and not be oblivious about yourself. All right. So that's the 2-word quote of the day for the second day of the week, Monday. Know thyself. Moving on to our homework. Who's posting the homework? We got the more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle. Oh, and here's who's sweating in practice. We got Lincoln. Finishing ended early because something or other. Workout from Noah. Noah's still posting strong. I saw Jace on there earlier. All right, keep posting that homework, you guys. Great job. All right, who's that? Oh, is that Lincoln? All right, I like it. Is that Kevin Durant down there? Yeah, it is. Wow, he's on the OKC Thunder. Who knows where he's gonna be next year, right? He's talking about teaming up with Giannis, trying to ask Giannis, you want to go to Toronto? I got her. Hey Giannis, come on, man, come on, dude. All right. Anyways, great job with the homework, everybody who's doing it. I might still run you guys for not doing the homework. I'm not quite sure yet. Will we have time? I know I'm gonna run people on Tuesday, Thursday still for the team thing. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what we're talking about for the trivia question today. Our last month's winner is Jacob Tenenbaum. He had like 9 wins for the month. Great job, Jacob. I'm bringing your coin tonight. You got your coin tonight. Hopefully you're there. But we're starting again a new month. This is June. There was no overtime needed. June, whoever wins the most trivia points wins the entire thing. Wins a $50 coin. You can use it at 2 locations so far, but we're adding more. But also in our merchandise thing that we'll bring up sometime during June. I will have some merch to sell sometime during June, so heads up for that. But the first question of the month is this: who were Jalen Rose's 2 high school teammates who would later play in the NBA? So Jalen Rose is an NBA, was he All-Star? I know he's most improved player 1 year, but very, very famous from his college days actually, in that he played for the probably, I think it's someone better than Jimmy King. Who was the fifth guy? I forgot. I don't know why I forgot. It's okay. All right. Either way, but in high school he played with 2 teammates that went to the NBA. That's crazy. So he had a great college team. Who I think 4 of them went to the NBA, if not 5. And they had a great high school team with 3 future NBA players on the team, including himself. Who were the other 2 teammates? That's the question. And I've talked enough. Oh, there goes the answer right there. I mean, you spelled his name wrong, but yeah. Vision Leonard and Howard Isley. Is that it? I know that it's Vashawn Leonard. Where is it? Yeah, Vashawn Leonard and Howard Isley. That is the answer. That is the answer. He went to he grew up in Southwestern High School in Detroit, where he was teammates with future NBA players Vashawn Leonard and Howard Isley. Rose attained a high profile and can even be seen in a high school All-American camp in the documentary film Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams, that's one of our movies, dude. So yes, starting off the month great. We got, who won it? Jacob won it. Jacob just won, and I think he's looking to do it again with his trivia prowess. Great job, Jacob. I'm bringing your coin for last month soon. Let's take a look at this ad before I come right back. Water break!
Hey kid, you can tell the school about Mendoza Water and Sewer.
That's better.
If your efforts are ordinary things anyone could do, chances are you won't achieve the extraordinary results you're after. If your efforts are ordinary things that anyone can do, chances are you won't achieve the extraordinary results that you're after. That is some deep stuff. All right. If we go to our website, man, look, I can't tell you any more than this. Okay. Right here where it says extra work, click it. That's it. It's on our homework page. Click the extra work button. If you don't feel like clicking that, click right here, the player trajectory page. Same page. All right, but here's the extra work. All right, here's the extraordinary. And I know that it's extraordinary because I've been doing this for a long time. I know that it's possible because I've seen it being done. And this tells you where you're going to end up, your initial grade level, etc. Right? How talented that you are right now. All right, how many times that you do the group workouts per week. We'll have more soon. All right, how many live streams do you watch? How tall is your parents? How many weekly film sessions do you watch? And it equates to a score. All right, and you get to choose this. All right, I just saw a video that said it was like a guy going to heaven, and he was like, "Man, my life was too boring. I mean, like, you guys, whoever the writers are, really messed up mine." He goes, "There was stupid stuff. It was stupid the whole time." And then they're like, "We don't have writers. You're the only writer." And he's like, "Now you tell me." All right, you're the writer for your life. You get to decide. You get to choose what these things were that I just filled in, and then life is the one that just presses this button. I'm a middle school star player. Oh no! All right, but now where I can change my parents' heights, I can change how many live streams that I watch. I can change. Now those aren't worth that many points, by the way, but it's still something, right? How many monthly homework things I do? Oh, I can change that. All right. I can change how many times I do the workout card per week. I can change that. How many group workouts I do. Okay, I'll do all 3, coach. You can change all the challenges that you do per week. And even though you can change the times that you do homework per week. And even though you can't change how talented that you currently are, you're still just okay. In my initial grade level, I can't change that. Okay, I mean, I would say that I was in 9th grade. That gives me more of a chance. But when I click it now, boom, I'm now a D3 reserve player. And the sad part is when you guys see this, you're like, well, I don't want to be. I'm not a D3. I'm way better than that. And then they go, then you, I'm not going to do anything you say, stupid coach. And then you don't make D3. And you're like, oh, I guess I wasn't even a D3 player. How about if you like choose not to do this stuff, you outdo it or shut up? I'm telling you the right things. This thing may not be like amazingly like what you want to hear, but it's how much work that you need to do. Because if you did the same amount of work and you started in kindergarten, well, that's a different answer. All right, that's a D2 starter. It's still not that much. What? I don't want to just make D2, but no, you're not going to make anything. You barely make your varsity, guys. All right, I'm being honest with you, so appreciate that. And if you go down, you get to see exactly what you can do per week, and you can see your level of effort. It's all here on this page. And why would you not want to do that? Why would you not want to do that? I'm just planning it out for you because, again, it says if your efforts are ordinary things that anyone can do, chances are chances are you won't achieve the extraordinary results that you're after. So if you're doing things that everyone can do, you're not going to be special, especially if you're not 7 feet tall. So is everyone else on your team doing the exact same stuff that you are? Are you doing twice as much work, 3 times as much work? All right. And if you're not, realize you aren't Jalen Rose, where you're gonna have 3 players from your high school make it. No, the players on your team have no chance. You probably have no chance. So if you want to be beyond them, start doing more work than they're doing right now. All right. Going to our news of the day. What is this Pascal Siakam, Mr. MVP, talking about? MVP of the conference finals, and he was. Yes, he was. Let's see what he said.
How is that possible?
Oh, yeah, I remember this. All right, so they're asking him why did it seem like the New York Knicks outworked them in Game 5? And he gets a little bit like, in his emotions. And he's like, what? But the guy kept like repeating the stupid question. He goes, sometimes we get outworked. Is that really the truth? Should you ever get outworked? Oh, of course it's going to happen. One team has to work harder than the other team. You're not always going to be able to work harder than the other team, but you should die trying, I guess. That's what the reporter's saying. But watch this interaction.
What do you mean?
How is it possible to not fight hard enough in games?
What are you talking about? They played harder than us. It's okay. We played hard, but they played harder. What's your point? I don't get it.
My point is, you're saying you guys got outfought, and I'm saying
That happens in the game, though. That's basketball.
in game 5 you didn't play hard. You're saying
You good, bro? You looking for something? I know.
You good, bro? You good? Okay, I don't want to be an old head. I don't like his answer here. But he did it. I do like his answer too, because he did admit that they got outworked. He said we worked hard. They worked harder. There's going to be someone who wins the race. We all know this, right? But I like that he's not focusing on that. The real race is who tries the hardest. It's not who the fastest is and the first one to the finish line. Not really. It's who tried their hardest and did their best. So if I beat you by 5 seconds every single race, but this race I beat you by 1 second, I kind of lost. Because I probably wasn't trying that hard. You were probably trying harder. The goal is to try your hardest. All right? And they obviously are the better team because they won the next game. They won the whole thing. They probably are the harder trying team maybe too. But they weren't that game. You can improve. You can definitely admit it that you didn't try your hardest, or maybe that other team tried even harder than you because they were that desperate, possibly. It's impossible to try the hardest out of the 2 people, out of the 10 people every single day of your life, but that's what you should strive for. If you notice someone trying harder, should you step it up? I say you should always try your hardest. All right, and maybe their effort was less than ideal, and that's an issue. And that's what the reporters may be trying to say, but he's saying that it happens. I think it shouldn't happen. You should always try your given hardest. And if someone else tries harder than you, and because they were that special, that can happen. So that's why I liked it and I didn't like it. But it was an interesting time, and I thought it was a funny comment. All right, moving on. We got Cooper fight. Okay, don't just watch him do his combine. Watch the reaction of everyone with him. I know that they're like basically paid to like hype him up, but they're hyping him up the whole time. And this shows what positivity is like a very key component at every level. Watch this.
There you go. Good job.
So you kind of hear them cheering. You'll see them in a second though. But it reminds me of our combine actually. We do this combine, and we'll bring it back soon, where we measure your vertical jump, we measure your shooting, all this other stuff, hurdles, things like that. But we also have this drill that just got done, but we do ours in a different fashion. When I went to Faith Christian one time, they were the champions of that year, I guess. They did our combine, at least this part, and they did something that I never expected. When they started sprinting toward the last sprint, and it was just one player doing it, everybody ran with him for the last sprint, and everyone pushed him harder because he could keep up to his teammates, and they were just cheering him in. Motivation is such a crucial element of basketball. That's what I just said. Now watch the rest of it.
I was waiting.
My bad. 10-8-3.
Push.
Wait. Let's get it.
Cool. Go, buddy. Let's go. Hey, come on.
Give us love.
So let's just make sure that you guys are cheering in your teammates like all the time, and not just when they're doing stuff, but when you're doing stuff. I mean, all the time. If you want them to cheer for you, you should cheer for them. You should cheer for yourself. You should just like keep moving. Again, watch it. That's So it's just constant positivity, and that leads us to like amazing things. So make sure that you guys are doing that. Never be bored in practice. Never be like soft-spoken if you can at all help it. All right, let's move on to the next thing. We got an interview. What is he talking about?
Played pickup with the new Cooper kid.
Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
I know a guy up in Maine and he trains Cooper, and he was like telling me these stories about this, at the time, 13-year-old playing against the UMaine guys, and he would start to dominate.
So it's the 13-year-old Cooper Flag, the guy that we just saw, playing against college guys, and he was doing them. That's what he said.
Like, man, get the fuck out of here. No way a 13-year-old is better than D1 players. Send him down. If he can live here, he'll be fine. I brought in some other kids, and they were not about that. I'm always talking shit, so I'm like, yo, I got somebody for you today, man. This guy's gonna come and whoop your ass, right? 14 years old. They're like, man, no way. Sends him down, gets out of the car. I go, you need to warm up? He's like, he just like put on his 2 knee braces, right? I'm like, all right, man, let's go. First possession, he goes to the right and he pump fakes. He throws it up off the backboard. He goes up with the left and he dunks it, right? The gym was silent. Wow. So I call USA Basketball the next day, Duke the next day. I'm telling you guys, man, this guy's nasty.
All right, Cooper Flag was dominating him at 14 years old, dominating D1 basketball players. You know how amazing that is? Because he barely went through puberty, probably. I mean, do you guys think that he's the next big thing? And could you be the next big best thing? I say don't slow yourself down. All right, play against the best that you can possibly find. Play up, see if you got the stuff. All right, because these stories start off early. All right, so it starts right now. All right, aim for the sky right this second if you possibly can. That's why I showed you this. But also because Cooper Flag might be the real deal. All right, last thing that we're talking about. All right, what does this say? Ranking. All right, we're going to be ranking 6 possible solutions to the NBA's intentional foul problem after ugly Thunder versus Timberwolves game. All right, so they say that that all the people in the that every game when they start to foul toward the end and they foul and they slow the clock down, that's bad for the game. But that's what everyone does, right? At least you should, to try to win the game. But now the winning team is doing it. So when you're trying to come back from 15 down and you're trying to shoot threes with 3 minutes left, they just foul you. And they send you to the line instead. I think that's amazing, but at the same time, yeah, it isn't very entertaining. So some solutions for this that this person is bringing up. He says, what is it? What are some solutions? Right here. Non-shooting fouls beyond the arc generate 3 free throws. Ooh. So if you foul outside the arc, that's 3 free throws instead. Allow a foul team to choose free throws or a sideline out of bounds. So they don't have to shoot the free throws. They can just take it out. Like it's like waving off a penalty in football. That's decent. Then we got introduce a double bonus. So the fouls count as less in the beginning than more. That's what they have for high school and below. Rearrange the rebounders. Oh crap! If the rebounders were switched and you were like equally allowed to get a rebound, yeah, you wouldn't be fouling all the time like that. Intentional fouls become technical fouls. That would be cold. And then the Elam ending, which is the best one. This is the one where once you get to a certain score, then you play till a goal. And if you were ahead, then you have the advantage, but it's always to a set goal, so you can't just stall out time. And the Elam ending is very, very exciting, and I would love to see it done. Seriously, every time that I've seen it, it's been exciting. I haven't understood all of it sometimes, but it is a very exciting way to end it. We're actually thinking about ending our tournament stuff like that at some point too. That would be cool. Anyways, though, don't forget that the quote of the day today. I'll still make you guys do push-ups if you don't know this. Is know thyself. All right, I'll see y'all soon. I got carpool meeting up at Ryan Elementary. I'll see you guys there at 5:40, and I'll see everybody else at 7 p.m. Don't forget, it's 7 p.m. tonight through 8:30. We got games not this weekend, but next, and that's my time. Thank you for joining me, guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Reese's, pieces, y'all.